One girl, she took her purity and she gave it to someone who begged for it. And he didn't respect it. He threw it on the ground. And she spent her whole life trying to get it back, but you only have one. And it broke her heart, and she spent her whole life being sad about it. And then when she finally found the guy that she was supposed to be with, she had to go to him and say, look, I gave away my purity to someone else. He kind of stole it from me. And this was supposed to be yours. But I gave it to someone else, and I'm so sorry.
Just another day and another need to reference Robin's cringe purity speech from season 6. And I just got a bitch for a second. I had to go back to one of my old videos to grab this clip because season 6 isn't available on HBO Max or Hulu. Very annoying TLC. This episode is essential to Sister Wives Lord, and it should not be gatekept. Justice for the purity speech. All right, end rant. I needed to include this clip in today's video because I saw a teaser for tonight's episode in which Kody has some wildly problematic dating / chastity hot takes for Aurora and her new boyfriend. Kody and Robin are nothing if not hypocrites, but that is not the worst part of what Kody has to say. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. You know, it feels like I turned 38 and my body was like, all right, it's time to fall apart. I just had a week and a half of mystery GI issues. I saw my GI doctor. I had every test run and all they can do is chalk it up to a long-lasting upset stomach. But on the upside of that, I did find out that I'm no longer anemic, so I guess there is a silver lining there. And then after I recovered from that, about 5 whole minutes later, I throw my back out. Like, what? I have a doctor's appointment for that tomorrow. I owe you guys Love is Blind on Sarah's Spills, and I think I'm actually gonna wait for the reunion this coming Wednesday to do a full episode on the entire season. So stay tuned for that. I do appreciate your patience. I guess the pipeline from ear piercing to loose morals is a short one because Aurora Brown is an ear pierce dating machine here in season 20. And Kody dusts off his rarely used father hat and issues some wildly problematic thoughts on dating.
I say to these young men almost always, your job is to protect my daughter, even from yourself. When you're just dating, you're kissing another man's wife until she's your wife. And if she doesn't become your wife, you're kissing another man's wife. This is the reason that I believe in chastity. It's like, don't take something away from them that doesn't belong to you.
I've seen a lot of people commenting about how hypocritical it is for Kody to issue such advice on chastity when he and Robin were caught premaritally canoodling whilst a wife of his was in labor, no less. I mean, tacky for sure. But with the way the various offshoots of Mormonism view predestiny, like how baby spirits exist in heaven and they get sent down to specific parents, I'm sure that Kody and Robin excuse this as that they were predestined to be together, and Robin's marriage wasn't a legal one at first anyway, so semantics schmemantics. They can just call each other soulmates, and that excuses any manner of premarital foreplay. We see Garrick Merrifield on Seeking Sister Wife use similar excuses for getting freaky premaritally. These men are very picky choosy on which Bible verses they use to condone their lifestyle when there are others that condemn their lifestyle. If Robin's purity was always Kody's, does it matter when he takes it? And yes, that is just as problematic as it sounds. For me, I don't really care about Robin and Kody being big ol' hypocrites because I know they've already done the mental gymnastics for why this is a rules for thee but not for me situation. What I'm extremely put off by and what I think is a dangerous message to promote is the notion that Aurora's purity belongs to anybody but Aurora. I have no problem with people desiring to wait until marriage. For me, this falls under whatever you do in your bedroom is your business. But in my opinion, purity culture has kind of run amok here. Purity culture, the way Kody Brown is talking about it, regards consent and bodily autonomy by shaping beliefs about who owns and controls bodies, what counts as appropriate inappropriate sexual behavior and when and how one can set boundaries. This often leads to coercive dynamics, internalized shame, and blurred lines around true consent. I mean, we see this question surrounding true consent come up when Robin gives her purity speech way back in season 6, and this has always bothered me that she has claimed that her purity was stolen.
One girl, she took her purity and she gave it to someone who begged for it. So she gave it away. She gave away her purity. And he didn't respect it. He threw it on the ground. And she spent her whole life trying to get it back, but you only have one. And it broke her heart, and she spent her whole life being sad about it. And then when she finally found the guy that she was supposed to be with, she had to go to him and say, look, I gave away my purity to someone else. He kind of stole it from me. And this was supposed to be yours, but I gave it to someone else, and I'm so sorry.
This heavily implies Robin was essentially assaulted, and at least Dayton was a product of that assault. Oh, and Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna were present for this speech. Like, I don't even know where to begin with how problematic all of this is. Robin's ex-husband, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna's biological father, has never spoken out to confirm or refute Robin's version of events. However, the way Robin herself describes her rebellious streak in her teen years, it feels to me like Robin rebelled and then experienced regret. And that is not sexual assault. And by positioning Robin's purity as belonging to Kody, that unfairly accuses Robin's ex-husband of assaulting her. Again, I'm just forming my opinion off of Robin's own words. I don't know her ex-husband, and he's never given his side of the story. Positioning Aurora's purity as belonging to someone else does two things. It removes personal accountability from Aurora, and it also removes her ability to consent. If Aurora's purity doesn't belong to Aurora, then what Kody is saying without explicitly spelling it out is that the owner of Aurora's purity can come take it whenever they want, whether Aurora wants her purity taken or not. Her consent is not required when she is not the owner. I hope that this is a given, but consent should be freely given. It should be reversible, it should be informed, specific, and enthusiastic at every stage of a relationship, regardless of past or potential future beliefs. An important addendum here: regret does not equal revoked consent. You can't accuse someone of taking advantage of you because you regret hooking up with them. Consent has to be before or during the act. If your consent was there during that time, your purity was not stolen, Robin. The one aspect I think that is important to address with Kody's utter hypocrisy, because it was during season 19 that we all learned Kody was a premarital hoe for show. We need to talk about how purity culture often is incredibly skewed based on gender. Men oftentimes get a pass on being promiscuous while women are vilified. Additionally, something that is often severely lacking in purity culture is basic sex education. I don't know 100%, but was Robin even fully aware that the consequences of having sex was babies when she gave away her purity at 19? Bringing it back to this teaser clip, Kody says he almost always has this conversation with people who come courting his daughters. Well, I guess we saw an abridged version of this with Kody's hormone talk with an ex-boyfriend of McKelty's. But have we ever really seen Kody have any kind of protect my daughter's purity talk with anyone that has come to court any of his other daughters? I really cannot recall. Maybe he did it off camera. I'm reserving judgment of this Brody fellow until we actually see their relationship unfold, but based off his social media, he seems nice enough. If I'm Brody and Kody tells me to protect Aurora from myself, I would be so confused. Like, how does that even work? What Aurora actually needs protection from is the instability and chaos that has been her upbringing thus far. What I hope for Aurora is that this guy shows her unconditional love for the first time in her life. I hope she gets a sense of stability and support that alleviates the anxiety that she has experienced, that at any time the rug could be pulled out from under her. I also really love the fact that Aurora and Brianna have branched away from the AUB, from Mormon fundamentalism, and really any church church that their parents belong to. They have found a faith group of their own, and I love that for them. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this teaser clip, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will live stream catch up on episode 4 and 5 of Sister Wives, and we'll touch on Special Forces as well. As always, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills, my podcast, Mostly Harmless, and our website, level42studios.com. Links for everything will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.